My personal history with the Beatles is interesting. I didn't know who they were until I was in high school, and then because I didn't know who they were, I didn't care. And in college, in my a cappella group, we had like a Beatles set, and that made me like hate them for a while. I didn't really like the Beatles because it was like I was forced to sing them. And I never even sought out like listening to the original recordings. I just knew like the weird choral arrangements that we did. And it wasn't until September 2009 when they re-released the entire catalog digitally, I think for the first time, and released like Beatles Rock Band and stuff, that I actually sat down and listened to them because of my friend Mark, who I've mentioned on here numerous times before, and he's one of the, as of now, 2 subscribers to this channel. Hi Mark. It wasn't until Mark like basically handed me a flash drive with their entire discography. I was like, listen to the Beatles, and then come over and we'll play Beatles Rock Band. That like I got into them and started to enjoy the music that they made, and I'm glad I did because it's the Beatles. They're the Beatles. There's not much to say other than they are the Beatles. But it's with listening to the music and just like having them all on my iPod or in my car and just listening to them while driving and whatnot, you don't really get the people. Like you can read all the stories and stuff, but you understand who they are as people by watching movies like A Hard Day's Night. Just like their weird sense of humor, their deadpan punnery, and that kind of thing like just really shines through in this movie and is hilarious and charming. And it just brings me back to those days in college, hanging out with Mark, playing Beatles Rock Band. Like the scene, like when they're on the train, and when they first get to the studio, and they're just sitting and playing, and they're having fun, and it just brings me back to those times, just playing video games with my best friend and having fun, or jamming in a band with Tyler when we did that for like 2 weeks. Like that was just fun, sitting for a weekend in a garage with a couple guitars and just playing music, and it just brings back that like artist spirit that I haven't felt in a long time. Watching the movie and seeing them enjoy it really, it just makes me want to go back to those days and sit around and play guitar with my friends. It's that kind of movie. I'm not a huge fan of movies that are like, oh, this album came out, so we're gonna like throw a story together around it. And when I usually watch those movies, like stuff like I can't even think of an example, but like when it gets to like the music part, I kind of tune out until the song's over because I care more about the plot. But with this movie, I didn't care about the plot. The plot didn't matter. It's just them doing a television gig. But it was the scenes where they were playing music and just farting around and having a good time that were enjoyable. It made it more fun. Like I don't care about the plot of this movie, but I'll go back and rewatch some of the music scenes because they're that just entertaining and charming. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about A Hard Day's Night. Tomorrow is another Monday Night Raw, last one before WrestleMania, so they better do something to bring back interest in that event next week. But until then,